All right, guys, welcome back to Full Moon Hot Rods. Today we're going to be cutting the firewall out and installing the motor mounts and the motor, and hopefully the transmission mount. So let me show you what we're working with. Here's the firewall. I got it marked out right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all this out and then start sliding the motor in with the motor mounts and see what we can get fitting. So, all right, let's get at it. We got the firewall cut out. You can see what it kind of looks like. Now we're going to start sliding the motor in it. See if we can make the motor mounts videos, see if we can get them in and make a transmission mount. Alright guys, there it is, just tacked together. I'll take it back off and put it on the bench to weld it up, probably with a TIG weld. That's sort of what we're going for. Alright guys, there's the mounts that I made for the frame or whatever. You can kind of see how they're made. I went ahead and wire welded them instead of TIG welding them. I was trying to go ahead and get through for tonight. But anyway, there they are. So we'll start putting them back on the frame next. All right, I got the motor sitting in it. I got my motor mounts in place. Got all my measurements and stuff. The motor's sitting level. I got it back as far as I wanted it. I can get the distributor in and out of it where I cut the firewall. So now I got to tack the motor mounts and all in place and start making the rear cross member. And then I'll come back and box the firewall back in to fit the distributor and everything. And I got good radiator clearance on the fan. I've had the radiator on it, checked that. But let me see if I can get these motor mounts tacked in place. Alright, I got all the motor mounts tacked in, got my motor setting the way I want it. Everything's level, square to the chassis. Got the firewall cut out. I'm gonna stick a set of heads on it now and a set of valve covers. Just make sure everything clears. If not, I'm gonna cut it just a little bit more and get ready to start boxing it back in. But that's where we're at, so let me check and see the clearance on this firewall and on the heads and everything, and then I'm gonna start building the transmission cross member. All right, guys, I've started making the rear cross member for the transmission. This is going to be one of my brackets that hooks to my actual cross member. I'm going to get this cut out and then make another one just like it. And get my holes drilled in it and it's shaped the way I want. All right, let's get at this. Okay, I got one of the brackets cut out for the cross member. I'm gonna cut this one out now and get it shaped, and I'll get my holes drilled in both pieces, and then I'll continue on making more of the cross member. I've got two of the tabs made that I'm going to use on it for the transmission. And I also got this bottom cross member mount made. So I got two more pieces to make and then I can start installing it. Alright guys, here's my paper pattern for my side, for the sides of the rear cross member. I've got it drawn out on my steel, so I'm going to cut these out with the plasma cutter. Then I got to drill 2 holes in it and then get under the car and start tacking all this stuff together. Alright, there's the sides of the transmission mount that I've cut out. Got them all ground up, shaped. The only thing I got left to do to them is drill my holes here and then weld my bottom in it. And I pretty much have the transmission mount made. Well, let me get at this and get on the sides of it and see what I can get tacked up, and then I'll bring it all out and let everybody look at it. I guess you'd call it like a cradle that the transmission's going to sit in, and then your main cross member's going to go across here. But I got to drill 4 holes, do a little welding, and we'll have this made. Here's the cross member I've been making. You can see how I made it. You can buy them, but I had everything to make it with. So, like I said, I was trying to build this Model A as cheap as I can. It's just gonna be an old beater hot rod, and this will work good for me. I hope y'all like this. I'm gonna install it in the car, and then I'll show you how it looks when it's installed. All right, guys, we got the motor in, the firewall cut, got the motor mounts made for it, got the transmission mount made. I'll take you along and let you look at it. But there's the motor mounts. I got to weld them solid. Everything's just mocked up right this minute. That's the way the firewall is going to be cut and recessed. There's the motor mount on that side. There's the transmission mount that we made the other night, where you can take the transmission out if you needed to. And there it is installed. There the coupe body is sitting on the frame. Got a pretty good start. So, I guess we'll see how it turns out. I reckon next I'll be boxing the firewall in and fixing the subframe in the back where I notched it to go around the frame where we kicked the back of the frame up. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Check us next time. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you watching.